Hi, welcome back, it's Susan. I've made this lovely Tealight candle card today and I've used the Slatted Rectangles. So the ones I'm using today is the stitched and then the slatted element to it. In the largest size, you've got 9 dies in this set. So you've got the outer, the stitched and then the slat in each size, and that one's £7.50. It's a very versatile set and it really is good to have in your stash. So we know it's from Craftaddictionuk. You've got my affiliate coupon code Susan5 for the extra 5% off your order. So go onto the website. I know it is in stock if you'd like to purchase it. So I'm going to get my scoreboard. I'm using a full sheet of A4 and I'm scoring on the long side at 3 1/4, 8, 8 3/4 and 10 1/4 and then 11. Rotate it and you're going to score on the short side at 1/4, 1, 7 1/4 and 8. Now if you're using cardstock like myself, which has got a texture, put your right side to the bottom. So now it's just cutting up these score lines and I'm just using my big scissors. If you don't trust yourself, you can put it in your trimmer, but I'm just going to cut up that score line until I get to the little intricate ones and just cut up to meet it. And then cutting up all the other score lines to the top score line. Now with this flap, I'm going to cut that little piece off and then give it a wedge. Leave that middle one, the larger one. I'm going to cut both of those little edges off that one. Just wedge and then cut that end one off. And that's the shape you should have. Oh, and I'm going just to wedge that little part there. So I'm going to wedge it first on this one, straight up, and then straight up these score lines again to that top score line. So with that one, cut that little piece off and then give it a wedge. Tuck that middle one underneath, take that little piece off there and give it a wedge. So then I'm going to tuck that one underneath out of my way and carry on down that score line and cut it all off. It's really easy cutting and scoring. So that's the shape you should have. Then getting my ruler and a pencil, measuring from that flat edge to 6 1/2, just giving a little mark top and bottom at 6 1/2. So I'm just putting my 2 dies together. So what I like to do is line them up face down and then just pop some tape on both sides to keep them together, and that's ready for me to use on my cardstock. But before I do that, I'm going to fold and burnish my score lines. So giving that a good burnish. And doing all the others. I did make one of these cards, many years ago. And I've adapted it to suit myself. So just doing the flaps as well. And then with that little tab, just giving that a burnish. And then wedging it out. Just that little, to that first little score line there, just giving it a little wedge on both sides. So now what I've got to do is pop my die in its position. So I'm going to turn it round so I can see. Holding that tape, and I can guide it to its place where I'd like it to be. And I'm going to pop this through my large die cut machine. But if you've just got an 8-inch plate, tuck the flaps in. So that's how it's come out. And that's going to be my front panel. So all it is folding that end up to make the box. That is going to be my gluing tab. So I'm just going to put one line of tape runner and then go down either side just with some normal glue. And of course I've got my precision glue press. So when you're folding the box up, that's mark what we've done with the pencil. That's just a guide to where you need to line the edge up to. Now just take your time getting that lined up. We want that to be lovely and square, so don't rush. And when you're happy, that's when I'm going to get my bone folder and just pop it in and give it a good rub from the inside, from both ends. Then I can tuck the flaps in and do the end of the box, and that is how it's going to fasten. So I'm just bringing in some Tealights, what I've got, and these measure a 1/2 inch. That's a 1/2 inch deep. So it goes in that box perfectly. So I'm just going to try it. I'm going to alternate the colours. And that's lovely. It's such, not a lot of a gift, but it's just something. It just says happy holidays, happy Christmas, happy Thanksgiving, whatever you want it to be, birthday. Now, I've looked in my scrap box and I've got some red that coordinated with the red of the candles. So I've cut some out, and the red panel measures 2.5 by 5.5 inches. So I'm going to glue that on the front. I was trying to use up, out of my bit box, decorations that I've had laying about for a long time. So that's what I've done. I've just used these decorations. So that's going to be my top matte layer, and that measures 2 inches by 5 inches. Gluing that on top. You know I like to keep all my colours tonal. So if I was using a different coloured candle, I would make sure that the accent colour for the panel would match. Now I've just pulled these out of my decorations that I've already done, and I'm just having a play where my placement is going to be. Now I do know that this flower, it's a Gina K perfect poinsettia stamp, how I made that. I found a few that was already pre-made, so that's what's going on my project. Yeah, I think I like that placement. So I'm going to get my glue. I do want to tell you that Steve is having another restock. This will be today, Friday, and I would imagine he would be putting it on in the evening. So if you was missing something, you wanted to have a look, he did tell me that we was having a restock across the board. So go onto the website on Friday evening, see if you've wanted what's on your wish list, and don't forget to use my coupon code Susan5 for your discount. So I think the poinsettia I'm going to put on to some foam pads. And of course, this kind of a project, it's for a special person, one that you would hand deliver. I wouldn't put it in an envelope, but I would make a little bag for it to go in. And, you know, it just makes it extra special. Now, for the centre, can you remember when I did the glue glitter drops with the hot glue gun? I found a nice sized gold one, and that's gone in my centre. So I'm going to open it up. These are the same size as what I'd done on the front. So just popping that in the centre panel. And then same with the white piece, same size as that I did on the front, but I put a stamp on it, and this was a stamp from Simon Says Stamp. So you can write your message at the bottom. And I think that is just a lovely, clean, beautiful, actually, little gift to give. Now, I did make one years ago, like I say, and you can have it in different orientations. And I put, for my grandchildren, a bar of chocolate on the side. So I'm just going to show you. I've picked up a large crunchy. So depending on what country you're in and what's your favourite chocolate bar, you could fit it into there. It fits perfectly. But I'm going to put my tea lights back in. But that was just to show you. You could put a chocolate bar in. And of course, before, I used to just do a acetate window on the front, but I think this is a lot prettier. So that's my finished project. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've not subscribed and you like what I do, please subscribe. It's totally free. Join my Facebook group, Susan Creates. I'll leave everything in the description box for you. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you again soon.